Hello everyone. Now we are going to talk about how can we implement machine learning using Firebase and Kotlin. When we go here to the Firebase and when you select the Develop tab, you will see something called ML Kit or Machine Learning Kit. You will see you have many options, and we are going to start with the first option, which is text recognition. And this one is used to recognize a text from image. For example, if you go and capture some image by camera, you can get if there is some text inside this photo or not. So before we start, please go to the Gradle, the first one of the Gradle, which is the project, and check if the Google Play service is 4 or not. So if it is number less than 4, please increase the number to 4 and sync to upgrade your Google Play service. Now we are going to start a simple example with image view. When we click on this image view, the camera will run. We are going to capture some images by the camera, and then the machine learning will recognize the text which included inside this image. So let's start with drawing some image view. Let's select any image view, for example this one. Okay, and of course we are going to add some edges for this photo. Okay, and let's call this image view IV. Okay, let's, for example, 200 dB as height, same thing with width. Okay, so now when you click on this image view, the camera will start working. So let's go to the Kotlin. Okay, and let's start with something like IV dot set on a click listener. Okay, so we are going to define an object I from the intent class, so we can go to the camera using the media store. So just media store dot action image capture, and then here start activity for result. We already tried example like this. How can we run the camera and get a photo from camera in the storage videos? So now we start the activity and we send this request code as 123. Now here before the curly bracket, we can write something like on activity result. Just write something like on ACT, and you will see something like on activity result. So now how can we get this image? Just write something like if request code equal 123, which means if the result has been come from this request code, which is the image view, and the result was okay, which is this one. This means if the user get a result from the camera and the result was okay, so now how can we get the photo from the camera? Of course we are going to get it using the data variable, but let's remove this question mark, which is a null operator, and let's start with something like var photo equal data dot extras dot get data as bitmap, and then we are going here to use our image view, which is IV dot set image bitmap and photo. Till this point there is no machine learning. Just select a camera, take some photo using the camera, and this photo will be displayed in the image view. Now let's suppose we are going to create a function called text recognition, and add the photo as parameter. To create this function, just put the pointer here and select this option and create function text recognition. As you can see here, we have got a new function called text recognition with parameter photo as bitmap. Here will be our machine learning process by the Firebase. So at first, let's go to the Firebase, and under the text recognition tab, just click on the Get Started, and here select Android, and of course the first step will be to add the machine learning library. So just take this one, copy, and go here to the Gradle, to the module 1 of course, and here inside this module 1 we need to add the library of the machine learning vision, and then of course click on sync now. But of course we can also use this one, which is more compatible with our previous emulators. So just click on sync now. Okay, great. The library has been added. Now let's go here to this function text recognition, and let's start implement the machine learning. The first step is to define an object. Let's suppose we need to call it image, and this object should be from this class, which is Firebase Fusion image dot from bitmap, and let's give it the photo as parameter. This object will take the photo which comes from the camera and start process this photo as a vision image. And then how can we detect the text inside this photo? Just var detector, for example, equal, we need now an object from this data type, which is Firebase vision dot get instance and dot vision text detector. So the first step is to take the image as vision, and the second step is to start detecting the text from this image. Now, how can we relate these two lines? Last step, var result equal detector dot detect in image, and here we are going to use the image. Yes, just those 3 lines will do the job for you. But how can we get the result now? We need a callback function, which is add on success listener. And here inside this function, we need an object like this, which is on success listener, and give it a parameter. For this one, we need a parameter of type Firebase text vision, something like Firebase vision text. Okay, let's go and take this one here, and now here, after that, inside this curly bracket, just define this variable Firebase vision text. Now everything is ready. This variable will take the result, okay, when the detector start detecting the image. So the result will store inside this variable. So now how can we get the result? To get the result, it is very simple. All what you need is just something like for block in Firebase vision text, which is this parameter, which include the results, dot blocks, which means take all the blocks which comes from this image. Let's suppose we have many paragraphs inside this photo, so each paragraph or each block of text will be started in this variable. So in this case, we can get this block very simple just by using something like toast dot make text, and we can get something like this, then block dot text, and then toast dot length long dot show. But here we will get all the block of text. But if we need to get a part of this block, which I mean, let's suppose we get something like welcome to Kotlin. How can we divide this into the elements or into the words, which is welcome, then to, then Kotlin? In this case, we need another loop now, nested loop here for, suppose, write something like line, for example, in block dot lines. So in the first step, we will get the whole block of text inside this image. But now here, we will go get the element of this block. Something like, let's take again, copy and paste. But of course, instead of using block, we can get line dot text. So in the first step, we will get the block, and in the second step, we will get the words themselves from this block. Okay? So in this video, we have implement the machine learning concept using the Firebase so we can get a text from a photo. In the next video, we are going to test this thing. So see you in the next video.